Some of you are possessed by social media. It's no longer a servant, it is a master. Social media is a beautiful servant, but it is a terrible master. Can you surrender social media? Can you surrender your time? Can you surrender yourself? Can you surrender your mind? Can you surrender your will? Can you stop choosing what's killing you? If you're going to achieve it, if you're going to manifest, if you're going to do this thing, then you're going to need some stamina. Come on, believe it, believe it. Come on, you got to start speaking that stamina over your life, speaking that endurance over your life. Believe it, believe it. This is my time. Late nights, early mornings, sometimes no friends, sometimes no time with family. Sometimes you've got to downsize. You may have to live in your car. You may have to sleep on a bus. You may have to ride the train. I don't know what your sacrifice is. You just may have to give everything you have. But in the end, it'll be worth it. I need you to get out of your comfort zone. You can't be successful with the companion of comfort. Comfort and success cannot walk together. If you're going to be successful, if you're going to achieve it, if you're going to become it, you've got to break out of your comfort zone. If I'm going to see success, I've got to define what sacrifices are required in order to step into it. I cannot have it. I will not see it until I've counted up the cost. And here's the problem. You'll find yourself connected to 100 people that think they know what you should be doing to get where you're supposed to be. And so I've got to begin to shut the mouths of the people that don't know the cost, the price that I have to pay. You may have paid that, but I may not have to pay that price. I can learn from your mistakes. I don't have to fall down the same ditches you fell down. I don't have to flop down the same stairs you flopped down. That's your price. That's your cost. I've got another way. I've got a different mentality. I just may be a little bit more creative than you. I just may be a little bit more innovative. I just may have more faith than you. I don't have to fall like you fell. I don't have to hurt like you hurt. I can look up and get up. You can't have the future. You will not be able to manifest if you're sleeping when the world sleeps. If all you see is success, then you've missed the entire moment. Because it is the journey, it is the grit, it is the grind, it's the prayers that you pray, it's the tears that you have cried, it's the rejection that you've had to take on your back. When life pushed you down, when everybody said you are not enough, when you told yourself, I quit because I can't finish, and you got back up the next day and kept going. Boss up and admit that you are afraid. You are afraid to fulfill destiny. You are afraid to manifest. You are afraid to evolve. You are afraid to give it everything you have because you are afraid that people will reject you. You are afraid to change. You are afraid to move. Boss up and admit that you are afraid. Michael Jordan has a $2 billion net worth. That's beautiful. But what was the cost for all of that? How did he win games? How did he win championships? How hard did he practice? How crazy was his faith? How many vacations did Michael Jordan have to turn down? How many parties did he have to walk out of? How many people had to be amputated out of his life? Everybody wants to celebrate the $2 billion evaluation of his enterprise, but it came at a cost. It came with some sleepless nights. It came with some long practices. It came with a lot of no's. No, I can't do the party. No, I'm not gonna do the drinking. No, I'm not smoking that. No, I'm not touching that. No, I'm not connecting with them. No, I don't need that circle. No, it came with a lot of no's. It came with a lot of sacrifice. It comes with a lot of rejecting. It comes with a lot of awareness of what is not serving the vision. Had a temperature of over 100 degrees and won the game over the Jazz in '95, a champion. But he sacrificed comfort. He sacrificed convenience. He had to sacrifice and reject the voices in his head that said, you're crazy, you're sick, you need to rest, you need to sit down. Listen, you should work so hard that by the time you get home, you pass out sometimes. You only have 24 hours in a day. You got to learn to manage the time that is given to you. And this Sacrifice is required. This means that you can't binge watch your favorite television show every day. This means that you can't be on social media every day. This means that you can't do whatever you want all day and think you're going to manifest and become this person and achieve this feat. It's not going to happen. And so you got to learn how to sacrifice your time. You got to sacrifice. When you want to sleep, you have to wake up. When you want to watch that movie, you got to read that book. If you want the future, you gotta sacrifice your time. Where we spend our time is what we value most. And so if I'm spending my time watching TV, if I'm spending my time drinking that alcohol, if I'm spending that time smoking substances, if I'm spending that time kicking it with people that don't add any value to my life, partying my life away, I'm just gonna be average. I'll never fulfill my destiny because I spent too much time doing things that don't add up. Destiny has an equation. Something plus something equals your destiny. And sacrifice is a part of the math equation. So you got to surrender your time. If all you want is success, and that's all you see, you will not have it. The end game, the aim, the target is about consistently following a guideline. If you don't want to be made into something, then you've already missed it. You've already failed. You've already tanked. And so once you get this, everything changes. Everything changes. You cannot have success without process, without purging, without sacrificing. You cannot have it. Sacrifice is going to have to become your companion and no longer your enemy. Too many of you think sacrifice is your enemy. Sacrifice is a curse word. Sacrifice is bad. I don't want to sacrifice. Well, guess what? Paradox comes with purpose. You cannot have promise without peril and pain. And so when sacrifice becomes your companion, it is only then that we can begin to step into the process of what is required to climb mountains. Everybody wants to get to the top of the mountain, but nobody wants to climb. Sacrifice is going to build me. Sacrifice is going to prepare me. I'm going to be equipped. I'm going to be conditioned. Every season requires a new version of yourself. The reason why you're so frustrated and angry and bitter and you can't navigate through it is because you're functioning on an old software internally. And life is demanding an upgrade. And you keep pushing off the alarm, saying, remind me tomorrow. And so we all know these things that we've got to sacrifice oftentimes. Sometimes it's sleep. Sometimes it's your relationship. Sometimes it's those urges that we might get, and we got to sacrifice those urges. We got to sacrifice. Are we going to have immediate gratification and long-term dysfunction? Or are we going to have long-term gratification and short-term discomfort? I need you to find a mirror. I need you to say goodbye to the old version of yourself. In the next 3 to 6 months, you're gonna make you proud. And you can't make ordinary sacrifices. There are levels to sacrifice. There's sacrifices that everybody makes. Sacrifices in every scene of our lives. And then there are some extraordinary sacrifices. Sometimes you're gonna have to surrender that month, that quarter, that year. It takes a lifetime of discipline.